Constructive feedback is the feedback type that we refer to in the Level 3 award in education and training. Most individuals refer to a certain kind of sandwich beginning the word with the letter S, but the process is the absolute same. So the goal of feedback is to help the learner to improve, but also to give feedback in a way that doesn't demoralize your learner. Constructive feedback should be specific and focused to confirm achievement and to give developmental points. The positive sandwich has 3 layers to it. The bread is the praise and the meat is the development point. So it goes praise, development point, and praise again. So I always advise learners on a Level 3 award in education and training to give individualized and relevant feedback. This should also demonstrate empathy and give attention to particular learning style and needs of the learner. It's got to be personal and not about comparing or generalizing to other learners. Feedback must be linked to that particular learning goal of the learner. And where some learners are only interested in achievement, where others are more interested in development, so your feedback should match. Feedback should be well-timed and expected. So given as soon as appropriate during or after the action or behavior, and with consideration to client safety, privacy, time available for discussion, and the learner readiness to hear it to prevent further problems or embarrassment arising. So let's use the micro-teaching Level 3 award in education and training, so we're familiar with this one. So we give short and positive feedback immediately after the session to give the learner's mind, or to put the learner's mind at ease, and to allow us to quickly move on to the next session. And then we will follow up directly with the learner so we can give more appropriate feedback in private and in more detail. So you've got to remember confidentiality as well. Feedback needs to be behavior focused rather than personality focused. Feedback that refers to what the learner does allows scope for change. So let's say you've observed a micro-teach session in a Level 3 award in education and training, and you feel like the session was boring. Well, maybe we can advise that the learner does not allow for inclusivity or different activities, meaning some learners switch off and do not engage rather than the session is too boring. So your feedback needs to be positive and encouraging and balancing comments on strengths that you have observed and what the learner did well, with areas of weakness or that require further growth. So let's use the previous example of a boring session. So we can use encouragement by suggesting that the learner was very knowledgeable in the topic. However, you may need to reduce the activity times to enable kinesthetic learners more opportunities to explore the topic in their preferred learning styles. I give factual feedback in the Level 3 award in education and training micro-teach sessions on what was observed during those 15 minutes sessions. In this scenario, I might refer to the actual times for activities in the session, maybe indicating that the learner spent 10 minutes talking about the subject, leaving only a couple of minutes for learners to practice what they learned. So lastly, leave on a positive. So the praise sandwich in the Level 3 award in education and training encourages learners to end on a praise, which is something else positive to leave on. So we could say that you were very knowledgeable in your subject. However, you spent 10 minutes talking about the subject, leaving the learners only 2 minutes to practice. That not every learning style could have been engaged throughout. However, the depth of your topic, accompanied by your colorful and organized handouts, give learners useful resources to develop their learning even further.